welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and if you are new here or if you're back, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here, and I'm looking forward to just chatting with you here in the next hour or so, just catching up on the week and hopefully keeping you company. If you're new, WIP stands for Work in Progress. In this case, I'm going to be working on a diamond painting while I chat with you, and chat, I've kind of covered that one already. So feel free to pull out a project to work alongside me, whether it's a diamond painting or getting those last minute Christmas errands done and whatnot. I am just thrilled that you're here and looking forward to spending some time with you like I do every week. Yeah, this is one of the videos I look forward to every Monday or whatever time it is for you where you're at. As far as what I'm going to be working on and with today, I'm going to be working on this adorable little diamond painting from Hobby Lobby. It's the brand Leisure Arts, and it's called Snowman Latte. You may have seen some others working on it this month. I feel like it's been a little bit of a popular kit, and not in a bad way. It's absolutely adorable, but it's a cute little snack size kit. 12 by 12 inches, 30-ish by 30-ish centimeters. It's I needed a little kit in my life, and I had been on a little bit of a hunt for some budget kits, and I picked up a few, and this was just the one that, well, it was kind of calling to me, but then also my son, my oldest, was like, oh, Mom, you should work on that one. And I mean, am I going to resist? No, I'm not going to resist. So tools-wise, I have a number of new things that I'm going to be working with tonight. I shared some of them in my small shop haul, actually most of these in my most recent small shop haul. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so sorry to be yawning. That's not a good way to start off the WIP and Chat. But as far as what I've got here, so this is a green pen that came in my box from the monthly box from Pure Bliss Wax Company. I'm mostly intrigued by this one because this one has these screw-in tips, and I'm not sure like where they were originally from. I think I've seen this style of pen with like the screw-in tips on maybe Amazon, but I'm not sure, for sure where this one came from. It's pretty skinny. We'll see. I have a feeling that this style of tip is really not going to work for me, where it's really thick. I don't know what the technical term for it is, but the edges, just like there's a lot of metal there as opposed to being like a thinner profile. And you guys, I'm going to power through. I know I've gotten really used to my Diamond Art Club skinny metal placers, but I had some people that were curious to see these kind of like screw-in tips tested out. So why not? And the green and gold feels very, very festive. And then this minder, well, it was actually an enamel pin, and I got it from Dragons and Beasties and just converted it into a minder. You can see where I pried those pin parts off, but this one's just really cute, and it's like it's a little mocha dragon. We've got our little like marshmallow hot chocolate here, so we're technically a latte because it says Snowman Latte, but I mean, I don't put marshmallows in my lattes. I put marshmallows in my hot chocolate, so I don't know. Anyway, then this tray, this is the small holiday tray from Munimade, and I'm calling it like a little bit new to me because I never use Munimade's small trays. I only ever really use the large trays anymore. But I liked the design is different between the small and the large trays. And so I picked up both, and I thought, oh, I'll test out the small tray again. I apologize, by the way, if you can hear the barking. I hear my neighbors kind of at work over there, so I'm not sure what's going on. It is 10 o'clock at night, so that is a little surprising. I did have someone ask me, left a comment on, I think my small shop haul or something, I think it had to have been, asking if the glitter filament, if it was smooth or rough in these trays. I will say I've been using the large version of this tray that also has this glitter filament. I haven't had any issues with the drill sticking, but I know that is sometimes an issue with glittery filament, is sometimes it's textured and not smooth enough to like let the drills slide freely, but this one appears, if this is the same as the large tray, I didn't have any trouble with it. And then some more new to me things. This is the sticky wax from the Pure Bliss Wax Company box, made by the Diamond Daughter is the name of the owner. They have a YouTube channel, and so I thought we'll use this in the single placer. It smells so delicious. And then the putty, I'm going to use my multi-placer, and this is from Crafting Cat UK. So Diamond Painting Putty by Cat. This is the Christmas Mystery Scent, and I thought we could, where are my tweezers? Oh shoot, did I leave them? I think I left them elsewhere. Okay, we're just going to hope that I don't need my tweezers during the course of this WIP and Chat. They're like across the room. If I really need them, I'll go get them. I am going to use the edge of this. Will this scratch? I want to just see what is this mystery scent. There we go. Okay. Almost. Oh, it's going to be a Christmas tree? I bet it is. Because I remember sniffing it and going, this has like a pine scent to it. Okay. So this mystery scent, I don't know if they're all the same. Maybe, but this one says a Christmas tree. Yay. Okay. So let me get my pen loaded up and we will get started. I feel like I'm living life on the edge here, diving into this WIP and Chat with no tweezers. Like, and I'm wearing these like press-ons. And so if I have to pick a drill off, these are going to do me absolutely no good. Look, there's like sparkles in it. It's so pretty. It's got like a metallic sheen to it. Okay. Refresh my memory on using one of these thicker multi-placers. It is a thing I challenge myself to do, to regularly be stepping outside of my comfort zone. Let's try new products. Let's test different things out. Okay, that is a little soft. I will say that, of course, I'm testing out this wax and putty with not my usual tips. And so I'm going to take my thoughts and experiences about them with that huge grain of salt, and certainly plan to test them out in kind of my usual setups as well. Because if I have any frustrations with the experience of diamond painting tonight, I want to recognize that it could very well end up being because of the tips that I'm working with. So know that like quasi-scientific method Katie is paying attention. Oh my gosh, what is this metal tip? Okay. We will see. I don't know how deep that's gonna go. If like when I start diamond painting, if that wax is just gonna push back in. The things that I do I'm doing this for you guys. The things I do for you. These tips, I am feeling so cranky about working with these tips. Okay, I'm gonna take a little breath. Let's reset and go into it with a good attitude. I'm saying it to myself. I'm going into this with a positive attitude. I'm not gonna go into it expecting this is gonna be a bad experience, because that's not fair. It's not fair to you guys. And really, I mean, it's not fair to me either, I should say. But anyway, let me open up this section. I just use a, this is ceramic pen tip knife. I've been using the same one for over 3 years at this point. I have never cut through a canvas. And so I haven't seen a reason to use anything else, but certainly figure out what works for you. This is why I need tweezers. Oh my gosh, is this going to be what sends me to go get tweezers? Nope. Haha. I got it. Okay. Hi, how are you today? I hope that your week is off to a wonderful start if you're watching this on Monday. I'm so glad you decided to come by and spend some time with me again today. I'm not kidding when I say that I really do look forward to these WIP and Chats quite a lot, and I feel like it's just a really nice way to connect and unwind from the weekend and get ready for the week ahead. And I feel like I especially need that this week because it is the holiday season. And I like want to see the cute snowman face, but it's okay. It's okay. Maybe we'll see the products too. I want to like show these small shops plenty of love here. What was I saying? Oh, especially with being the busy holiday season, I feel like the chance to just sort of catch your breath and rest and practice some self-care is really important. And I'm reminding myself of that as well, because it's 1 week till Christmas if you're celebrating Christmas. And I don't know about you, there's a lot to get done. There is, I feel, a lot still that I have to get done. So I am still trying to squeeze in also, that single tip is so thick. Oh no, you guys. I am going to try my my level best to get through this WIP and Chat. The metal tip I'm doing okay with. This single tip has got to be like twice as wide in diameter or circumference as the pens that I'm used to working with. I feel like it's almost comical. Oh my gosh. Let me be clear. This is so completely not a criticism of the shop. I think this was just part of like the box. I don't even think she sells these pens like separately. So I'm so sorry if that comes off as though I'm being critical of the shop. I'm not at all. I think it just is my genuine reaction to working with something that is wildly different from what I am used to. So I'm sorry, you guys. So this kit has been really just relaxing and enjoyable to work on. I had finished my low-key cross-stitch conversion kit this past week, and that was so magical to finish, and for a number of different reasons. So for one, it technically is my first totally completed cross-stitch conversion project, because my very first cross-stitch conversion project is on indefinite hiatus. I don't know if that's ever gonna see the light of day again, unless I decide to buy new materials and all that. Then my second cross-stitch conversion project is massive and is the one I broke into multiple panels, and it's kind of sort of complete-ish, because I've completed 3 of the panels, and 3 of the 8 panels. I'm considering each panel its own kind of project and completion, because they're such huge undertakings. And I don't have one of those panels going at the moment, but at the same time, technically, that entire cross-stitch conversion project is not complete. Oh, is that the drill or is the wax? Yeah, that's sticky wax. What was I saying? Oh, so technically that, oh my gosh, you guys, is the glue on this canvas just not enough to combat the stickiness of that wax? Or is it something with the tip not giving me enough space to work with? We are learning together. Okay. So anyway, that second cross-stitch conversion project is not technically completely done. Then the low-key cross-stitch conversion project was my third start, and it is done. Like, the whole chart is complete. So it's fun to sort of have that bucket list item checked off technically, and that brought me a lot of joy to work on that kit too. I am really a huge sucker for fan art, and being able to do that in a way that was ethical was really nice, and I love it, and I love Loki, so it was fun to finish that one. And then after I finished that, I was like, oh my gosh, okay, I have officially completed all of my big WIPs that I was kind of being a big baby over in my November month in review, and a number of videos since. I was like, oh, okay, this is just nice. Like, I finished them all. Now what do I want to do? And it was about that time that I had sort of gotten a little idea in my head that I wanted to really go and hunt down some budget-friendly, in-store holiday, like seasonal diamond painting kits. I think because I have seen, I'm in a really, really wide variety of diamond painting Facebook groups, and I'm sure part of it is the algorithm just feeding it to me, because there's lots of engagement on these posts, because like tempers honestly are getting very heated on these posts. But it's some more very generic Facebook groups for diamond painting that allow like posts about just about anything diamond painting related. There's certainly not anything that says it has to be a licensed painting. And there are, different rules in place for some of these groups. And it's not even just one particular group. I've seen this in a handful of different diamond painting related groups. So please know that I'm not targeting anyone at all in particular. I'm not trying to target anyone at all, period. I'm just trying to make an observation that I just have noticed that there often is some tension in these kinds of groups where there's the people that just are like, I can't afford licensed artwork and I don't care. Or some of them say, I don't care. That's not on me. That's on the companies. Or they'll even say it's on the artists. Like, I'm just going to buy whatever I can afford and whatever I want to as far as diamond paintings go. And then there'll be some other people who come down really hard on the side, you know, and get into arguments about just like licensing and going like, no, that's stealing, and I'm only going to, you know, buy licensed artwork, and you should feel bad if you don't. And so, I don't think that this is really the platform to try to convince people or try to talk to them about ethics. I don't know. I never see those posts go well. I just see people getting like really upset. Obviously, like if you're here, it's probably no secret to you that I am a very strong proponent of licensed artwork, but I also have empathy for the situations that people are in. And I don't know. I just thought, instead of trying to argue with people, it's like, how about I try to focus on, like, be more solutions focused and go, I'm not just going to say like what you're doing I think is, you know, not quite right. How about I go, here's some options. Like, if what are the hurdles to you? If the hurdles are cost, like, you guys, diamond painting, I feel like, is still continuing to grow in popularity, and crafting stores, at least near me, I know this is highly regional, based on like kind of regional offerings and demand, but I am noticing more and more diamond paintings in store near me, and at very affordable price points. I did a video earlier about a week ago about some of my in-store seasonal budget finds, and it's like each of those kits cost me like $10 or less. And it is licensed, and it is, you know, good quality. And so I just choose to try to be more solutions oriented, and instead of just being like, you're doing something that I think is like maybe not like the best idea, or is, you know, isn't really fair to artists, instead going, well, here, okay, so you want to diamond paint because it's good for your mental health, cost is a barrier, or access is a barrier, here are some options. And I really enjoyed doing that video, honestly. I'm enjoying finding some in-store diamond painting options, especially at these like really good price points. There are obviously ways that like these cut corners compared to shops with licensed artwork, small shops or large shops. But you're also, what was I going to say? I completely just lost my train of thought. You're still getting like all of the basics are there. And if you're shopping on really cheap drop shipping sites anyway, then it's not like those kits are giving necessarily Diamond Art Club level features or small shop level features. So I don't know. That's just kind of my thought process, and totally fine if you disagree with me. That's totally your prerogative. Like I said, I just thought, well, let me try to be helpful. Let me try to be solutions oriented. And how many times have I used that buzz phrase in this video? I'm not going to use it again, but yeah. So where this all started was because I was saying I finished my low-key cross-stitch conversion and thought, okay, what seasonal kit do I want to work on next? And I had a few in my stash, but they were all a bit bigger, and I thought I was really, really attracted to the idea of working on a little kit, especially after all of those big ones. And this has been a fun one to pull out and work on. So I finished my low-key cross-stitch conversion. I got this one going, and I did, when I posted a picture on Instagram of the low-key panel completed, I decided, I was like, you know what, Adam, can you take a picture of me holding this? I think I want to post the finished picture of like me actually holding this. Like, it's like, oh, this is a project that I'm kind of proud of, and I think that it's a nice way to show scale. To be like, look, it's like nearly as tall as I am. And so, you know, of course he did. I've been roping him into doing some more pictures for me, because this is sort of part of what I've been playing with just a little bit lately with some of my videos, maybe some of my content on Instagram, is starting to show my face a little bit here and there. I don't know that it's going to shift much as far as in my actual videos themselves, but I am sort of kicking around, depending on the video, showing my face in the thumbnail that posts. I think part of it is that it is kind of more engaging to people sometimes to like see a face, maybe that grabs people's attention. And also it's just part of my attempt to keep trying different things and not get stuck in sort of this routine and whatnot of what's comfortable, because that's very, very, very easy for me to do, to just go, this is working for me. I am just going to phone it in and keep this the same this way. And it's like, I'm okay with doing that for some things, some of the time, but I do sort of like the idea of from, at any given time having something I'm mulling over in my head, trying out differently. And so lately that has been showing my face. And that, it's not something I ever really had any interest in doing, especially when I first started my YouTube channel and my Instagram, before that. It was actually one of the things that was probably one of the only reasons I actually moved forward with creating a YouTube channel, was because I saw that really it seemed like about 99% of creators were not, at least when I started, which, yeah, that was 2020, they weren't showing their faces. It was all overhead like this. And I liked the idea of not showing my face. I just kind of felt like, it's not, I know the internet can be a really unkind place, and I just don't want it to be about how I look. Like that just is going to be absolutely terrible for my mental health and my self-esteem. And so it's like, people can criticize sort of anything else about my videos, but if it were about like the way that I look, that would be tough. I think anyone would find that to be upsetting. And so I thought, what, that's a level I'm not going to go to. I'm not even going to sort of let that be a possibility of something that would happen. So what is happening? Cat? Probably cat. So yeah, I just thought, I don't need to show my face for anything. But like I said, I just been playing around with it a little bit more and going, okay, maybe like a thumbnail here or a picture there, especially for stuff that is out of my usual sort of routine of videos. For example, my Black Friday Cyber Monday haul video, which frankly has been like a wild ride to try to put together anyway. But I ended up having Adam snap a couple pictures to me last night. I'm like, maybe this would be fun to use like in a thumbnail. I don't know. I need to sit down and look at them and decide. But yeah, so we'll see. I don't know. I've gotten a nice reception to it. Like I haven't had anyone be like, ew. Though, I don't know, maybe I'm at the point in sort of having a channel that wouldn't bother me anymore. I don't, like, it's just let it roll off like any other number of comments that kind of make you go, huh, that's interesting that someone was bold enough to put that out there on the internet, just like it was no big deal. Yeah, speaking of that Black Friday Cyber Monday haul video, so I had decided, okay, let me go ahead and try to put together this haul video from all of my Diamond Art Clip purchases from Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And I thought, okay, I'll open up each kit. I have 10 kits, and I had 11 last year, but I have 10 kits, and I'll just pull them out. We'll take a look at the canvas, kind of pan over it a little bit, and then we'll find the special drills, point out where the special drills are going to go, and move on to the next. Surely that won't take too long. You guys, it's like an hour and 15 minutes. And I felt like I was moving as fast as I could for 10 kits. And it's not like I showed the toolkit for each one. I showed it with the first kit and then never again after that because I was trying to save on time. And so I just am looking at that going, I could, there are some ways maybe I can edit it down a little bit, but not really, unless I just cut out huge parts of it. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with that video. I'm going to try to sit down and see if I can kind of trim it down a little bit in any areas, but I don't know if that's going to happen, and if I'm just going to put up this ridiculously long ride of a video. But it was so much work to do, and I just don't know that people are going to sit down and watch an hour and 15-minute haul unboxing video. Now I'm going to put in timestamps, so if people want to skip ahead, they can. Maybe that would be a good thing to sort of test out and see. It's not like this the kind of video I'm putting out very often, so maybe I should just try it, and it can be a learning experience. So we'll see. That'll tentatively go up sometime this week, but yeah, no. Filming that video was quite the adventure, and I just didn't realize that I was spending over 5 minutes on each kit. I was like, last year's Cyber Monday Black Friday haul video, I think I unboxed 11 kits, and that video I think was like 40 minutes. So what happened this year? Is it just Diamond Art Club adding all these special drills now? Should I just blame them? But then I did sort of a small shop haul that was mostly actually Black Friday purchases, and I really enjoyed getting to do that video and just having tons of new products to get to try out and test out for you guys. I am adapting to this placer, the wider multi-placer. I am having a positive experience with this wax and putty, but I will certainly plan to try them out in my more usual pen setup. That way I can really get a good sense for, okay, are these things that I enjoy? And at the very least, I can measure it sort of against the same standard as everything else, you know? But I just generally, as we're getting here to the end of the year, I think I might have mentioned as much in last week's video that I get very sort of pensive and reflective and thinking about like looking back on the year and just sort of thinking through, okay, what are some goals that I'm proud of meeting? Like, what are some things I felt like I did well this year? What is some feedback that I've gotten that I want to, sit with and figure out, like, how can I take that into account for the upcoming year, and trying to set some goals for the upcoming year too. I feel like this year, one of my big goals was to try out an even wider variety of diamond painting shops, and I don't know, I feel like I did. I'm thinking that when I go to do my big year in review video with my diamond painting kits, that I am kind of kicking around some different stats that would be fun to include in that. And I think I want to map out like how many different companies did I work on kits from. I think that hopefully that would almost like sort of speak for itself and verify like, okay, yeah, no, I did try a big variety of diamond painting shops, or, oh no, I didn't actually try as many as I wanted to. So, and I don't know about like really, man, okay, yeah, this wax is very sticky, but I don't know if it's the tip that is more of the issue as far as like placing this well enough that it'll come off the glue. But yeah, so I'm curious to hear from you guys kind of what your thoughts are as if you're the kind of person that likes to think back on the year and reflect and then look ahead to, like, do you have any big goals going into the new year? Whether it's, diamond painting or the life related. I'm thinking through like what different stats would be fun to include in that year interview video, and the logistics of that are going to be interesting. We're not traveling this year though, so I'm not under, like, for the holidays, so I'm not under really like any kind of time crunch. I should try to actually do that enough in advance that I'm not scrambling on those, last day or two of the year, or even the first day or two of the new year. Yeah. I do know that I want to keep trying to push myself outside of my comfort zone. There's lots of, new creators that are joining the community regularly. There's lots of new shops popping up, and I am trying to use those kinds of things to sort of push me to try to keep doing things that are better and improving, and continue to be helpful and continue to be willing to think outside the box. Which as not my natural state, I really do like to stay with what's comfortable instead, and what's a known quantity. But often I find that when I take those risks and step outside of my comfort zone, those are often the things that pay off the most. And so I keep reminding myself of that too. I have been kind of shifting away from like diamond painting stuff. I feel like I've been really good about, with having just a really busy schedule and a lot to do, I have been trying to be better about sitting down and making lists. I made myself sit down yesterday to make a list of just all of sort of the things I need to make sure I'm getting done this week. There's a lot going on with the kids' school. Like there's holiday parties. I want to get gifts for their teachers. There's like themed days each day, which I'm like, some of these will hit, some of these we're gonna let it, make like Elsa and let it go. But I just thought, you know what? I know that I'm gonna feel better about it if I just make the list, and I can add to it as needed, and I'm less likely to forget about things. But just my brain is resistant to being told what to do, and sometimes even the act of making a list feels like being told what to do. But how are you guys doing as far as Christmas shopping goes? Probably the dreaded question, right? Well, hopefully I will put your mind at ease when I tell you that I have over half of my Christmas shopping left to do. Now, a lot of it is going to be ordering online from Amazon to be delivered to family members that we're not traveling to see this year. But a couple of like my big like effort related presents I have taken care of, and one of those is going to a person that regularly listens to my WIP and Chats. Hi, Mom. So I'm not going to go into details. But I have knocked out some of those things, and I'm going to try to sit down in the next couple of days. I would really like to get the rest knocked out. I do have the kids about done. I think they're about done. I am planning to try to go to downtown Disney one morning this week to get ornaments. I'm hoping that they're not just going to be completely picked over at this point. When Adam and I were there a few weeks ago, or no, it was longer than that. It was for my birthday. Yeah, it was for my birthday. And Disney had already put out their holiday stuff. I think they had just put it out, and we were looking at Christmas ornaments at the time, and I was like, oh, I really like a lot of these. Maybe I will come back and get our ornaments this year just from here. We usually get ornaments every year. In the past few years, we haven't necessarily been as consistent about that just because life, mental health struggles, but I think I want to try to do that this year. So maybe one morning this week I will go and just see, and if they have a good selection, then great, and if they don't, I will pivot and I will find something else. But that is that's kind of on my plan for this week. Like I said, the kids are about done. Adam and I, we decided that for our Christmas gifts to each other this year, we're not actually going to buy any things. We're really all about, when we can, when it does work out, to do more like experiences. That's just, I guess that's the age that we are now is just that we really enjoy experiences more than things, as far as, that sort of thing goes. And the timing was actually just right, because we had ended up talking about the comedian John Mulaney. Oh, it was, you know what it was? It was because it came up in our like Facebook memories of On This Day of a few years ago when we had seen, a couple years ago, we'd seen John Mulaney. He was, I don't remember what the name of that tour was, but we saw his show and had absolutely loved it. And I think one of us, I think it was Adam actually. I was like, is he touring? Does he have like a new tour going at this point? And Adam went and looked it up, and he said, oh, actually just kind of recently announced that there's going to be this comedy festival that's going to be in LA in March, I believe. Was that in March or was it in May? Maybe it was May. Anyway, but it's the Netflix is a Joke comedy tour. And John Mulaney, along with like a half dozen other comedians like Maya Rudolph and why am I blanking on so many of their names? Oh my gosh. Was it Josh Grohl and Jason Mantzoukas and a couple other people? I feel like I'm getting those names not quite right. But anyway, they're doing a night at the Greek Theater up in LA, which is an outdoor venue. We haven't been there before. We ended up getting tickets for that, and they literally just went on sale this past Friday, and so we got pretty good seats for not a ton of money, and so we're really looking forward to that. There's another night that we almost got tickets for instead, where it was 4 female comedians, but the one that we were really interested in seeing is Taylor Tomlinson. I don't know if you guys have come across like any of her reels on Instagram, but like Adam and I just very highly relate to her and find her really hilarious. But then we decided, actually we would rather see like her do a solo act where, she probably is touring and has like a whole bit. I think that these festival type settings, they're going to be more abbreviated, like how long each comedian is up there. And it's probably not necessarily like the same. It's just going to be a different setting. So we thought, well, let's wait and let's try to see like Taylor Tomlinson, if she's like touring solo at some point. So put that one on the back burner. Yeah, so we're looking forward to that. And we're also looking at, speaking of experiences, part of the Christmas gift for the kiddos, doing like an overnight or a long day trip up to either like Big Bear or Lake Arrowhead. Connor has been really insistently asking to go see and play in some snow. And so we are seeing if there's a way that we can make that happen. Now, I live in Southern California. Like you have to like travel to go get snow, and half the time it's going to be snow that has just been like blown in basically. And so I think we're going to maybe try to go up to Big Bear or Lake Arrowhead. And I was doing some research earlier today about, where are some options. Like we don't need to do like snow sports, like not snowboarding or anything like that. Literally my kids are just going to want to go play in snow for a little bit and then have it like make some snowballs, and just the novelty of it is where it's going to be. So I'm trying to figure out if there's a place that we can do that. I did see that there was a spot up in Big Bear where they have like tubing, and Connor might like tubing. Micah, I don't think so. I think he's just too small. Cat meowing. I heard that. I don't know if that would have come through the mic, but I'm pretty sure one of the cats is upstairs meowing. So we're thinking of doing that as part of like the boys' Christmas gift, and just go visit some snow. Adam has the whole week off from work between Christmas and New Year's. Like the office is closed. He doesn't have to use like vacation time or PTO. And so it's like, well, the kids have off that whole week from school. Adam has off the whole week from work. And I mean, I'm a stay-at-home mom with the YouTube channel. Like that's very, very flexible. So we thought, let's find some things to do to fill this time to really sort of take advantage. Today, Sunday, was actually our designated, like, this will be just a family day where we're trying to do anything that's, holiday or Christmas related that we want to do before Christmas. And Adam's parents came up this morning, actually for a couple hours. They brought donuts and the boys were delighted. And then I had made an appointment to go and see Santa. And I have a really incredibly heartwarming story that made me cry in a good way that I wanted to share about that today. It was really meaningful. And as I was telling like a friend about it, I started crying as I was like talking about it. And it was just hitting me like how really magical and how much impact this really had on me, and how it's sort of like helping me process through some emotions. So we we had decided, well, I had suggested to Adam and he completely agreed. I was like, if we are going to be able to take Micah to see Santa, I think we're going to need to do it at one of those places where you can actually make a reservation or an appointment, system, because I really don't think that Micah is going to tolerate waiting in line. Like Connor did. Connor actually went to Downtown Disney with Adam and with my sister-in-law and her kids, and they actually saw Santa when he was there. And I saw, okay, well, Santa is now going to be at a mall near us, and they have a reservation system. So I was able to snag a reservation for today, and we let Connor know, we know that you already got the chance to talk to Santa, but Micah didn't get to, and so we're going to go again, and you can, say hi to Santa again, and, talk to him again in case there's anything you forgot to tell him, and we're going to get some pictures with you guys with Santa. And he's like, oh, okay. He's like, is Santa going to remember me? And all those questions, like, yeah, like he will. And you can still talk to him, and again, we're kind of doing this for Micah. And he's like, okay. So yes, we had an appointment, and thank goodness for that, because the standby line was quite long. And we got in line. We still had to wait a bit, but I don't know what is happening with those cats upstairs. Skip, come here. Frankly, probably what's happening is that Dolce, our older cat, is probably like hiding from him in a spot that he can't fit because he's bigger than her. And so he's probably just like sad that he can't hang out with her. She does that when she just needs a little break from his antics, because she's kind of our like senior cat and he's our like teenager cat. Anyway, so we got there and Micah was really excited. We had told him like we're gonna go meet Santa, and he was all about it. And we were waiting in a little bit of a line. Even in the reservation line, there was a little bit of a line. Hey, Skip, hey, buddy. He came down. You look rumpled. And Micah was very delighted, and he kept like pointing out, he's like, Christmas tree, really big Christmas tree. And then like presents, because, they had a giant Christmas tree there in the mall, like, kind of where Santa was. So we got up there, and I wasn't totally sure, like I didn't know if maybe Micah would get a little bit of like stranger danger once we actually saw Santa. But as soon as it was our turn, Micah like ran right up to Santa and like climbed up beside him and like snuggled into Santa's side. It was so sweet and so adorable. Of course, I was not able to get video of it because they had the whole like no personal photography, because that's one of the ways that they make money. And that is what it is. We needed to go to a place that had a reservation-based system, so this was just how this worked. This was our option. It was fine. And so we did get some pictures. We didn't really get like Micah smiling, but he was like snuggled right up to Santa. And he wasn't really talking. Connor talked to Santa a little bit, and then Adam, kind of came up to like at Connor. I was like, let's let Micah talk to Santa for a minute. And I tried kind of prompting Micah a little bit to be like, oh, do you want to tell Santa like what you would like? Would you like some trains? Or, kind of giving him some prompts. And he wasn't really like responding. He was just kind of just happy to be there. And then he was kind of like, okay, I'm ready to move on. Now, if you are listening to this and you have little ones that might also be listening in, I just want to say that I had a really magical experience with this Santa after this, but I don't want to ruin, I don't want to affect any Christmas magic for little ears. So I just want to mention that. That being said, after Adam and Connor had walked away and Micah was kind of, sitting there, wasn't really talking to Santa. Santa just kind of, said quietly to me, he said, oh, is he on the spectrum? And I said, yeah, he is. And he said, my daughter has Asperger's. And so he's like, I have a soft spot in my heart for kiddos on the spectrum. It's making me emotional. It's fine. And he just said, my wife and I have volunteered for this organization for 10 years that has some like really neat resources for kiddos with special needs and kiddos on the spectrum. And he like told me the name of it. And I'm like sitting there just like, oh my gosh, like I just feel so, just so happy that like this is someone who gets it and was very kind and sweet to my child, and wasn't like, it wasn't strange or awkward at all that like Micah wasn't really talking, and just, there can sometimes be a little bit of like, Micah won't really engage necessarily, or he just kind of like presses right up to you because he does a little bit of like sensory seeking. But, Santa was just so incredibly kind and empathetic, and then when in the moment, I just like, oh my gosh, just like, thank you so much. And I kind of like noted the name of the organization he was mentioning, and Micah was happy as could be. And we then walked to meet up with Adam and Connor, and it was just like this person was just like a dose of like real kindness and like Christmas magic to me in a way that I didn't know that I needed. Okay. I just had honestly gotten so emotional that I felt like I was rambling and not really able to collect my thoughts well. So I thought, let me pause, wipe out my face, drink some water, and catch my breath for a second. So I apologize if there's a jarring cut here. I'm going to try to find a good spot. But the point of kind of what I was trying to say is that navigating the world with like both, whether you're a person with special needs or have a child with special needs or a loved one with special needs, it can be difficult because the world isn't built, our society isn't really built to accommodate that. I feel like we are moving maybe in the right direction, and there are more services, people are more understanding, that sort of thing, but it's something that I have struggled with. Depending on what kind of sort of needs or sensory seeking or whatever this looks like that your kiddo is doing, that just the way that other people respond to that it both makes me feel like really protective of my child. And also it's hard for me also not to be hyper aware of how other people are feeling in some ways and trying to be respectful of them. And I don't mean this in just like, you can't tolerate that a kiddo might be having like a difficult transition that I have to talk them through. It's more like okay, the way that my kiddo is feeding their sensory diet right now is by doing these really high-pitched, really loud screeching sounds about every minute, and understanding that is something that, would, be uncomfortable for other people to have to listen to, like physically uncomfortable, and bother them and kind of make them go, why is, like, what's going on? Why is this mom not like taking care of this? Why is this happening? I don't know. Like, so it's to that sort of level. And I struggle with finding sort of the balance of, okay, my kids have a right to live in the world that we live in, and I am going to be their advocate for that. But also making sure that I am their best advocate, and I am doing what is right for them. So I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. And I feel like, I'm so far from perfect with how I handle these things. And I know that I'm not doing it all right. I'm trying, and we're really incredibly blessed with things like, the different sort of support people that we get to work with, like teachers and speech therapists and stuff. And I'm super grateful for that. But my whole point with this is just that I felt incredibly blessed by this person who sort of saw me and saw my child, and they just got it. They completely understood, and I felt zero judgment. I felt zero just sort of discomfort. It was all just very like, he saw and he knew, like he was like, oh yeah, no, I'm right there with you, like I get this. And I just didn't realize like how much it would mean to, okay, Katie, we're not allowed to get emotional again. I didn't realize how much that would mean to me, and it's like that's gonna stick with me for a very, 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 very long time. And yeah, I'm gonna cherish these Santa pictures a lot. So that was just, I wanted to share that because it that was a big thing that happened this week. It happened today. It happened like 12 hours ago. So, yeah, that was our Sunday. And then now we're kind of going into the week because I have school this week, and we're gonna rock and roll up until we're on Christmas break, and then they're gonna be home for a bit. I was just gonna say, what was I gonna say? Let me look at this really quick. Oh, we're gonna try to see lights this week. That is definitely on our plan because both the boys are really enamored with Christmas lights and Christmas decorations. And like, there are some neighborhoods you can go to out here where it's like a thing. It's like, oh, this whole neighborhood is known for putting on this extravagant set of decorations and Christmas light show. We don't need to go anywhere near that because those are so crowded, and the lines sometimes to get into those are just hours long in traffic. My kids will be thrilled just to go drive through some of our neighborhoods where there are plenty of really fun Christmas decorations and not tons of traffic. So that is definitely on our plan for a weeknight this week. Thankfully, this is one upside to it being after the time change, is that it gets dark so much earlier that we can just go out like right after dinner and be home in time for drive around for 45 minutes and be home in time for bedtime. But that's kind of what we've got planned for this week, among other things that I have on my to-do list. Finishing Christmas shopping. We are going to do Christmas Eve with Adam's family, and then I think Christmas Day we're all just kind of doing our own thing. Like I said, we're not traveling back to Ohio to see my family this year. That's going to be extremely emotional for me, honestly. But I am looking to find the positives and the blessings wherever I can. So, as far as, another fun thing that I realized is that, tomorrow, which is today, the day that this video is going up, this is actually the 1 year anniversary of a lot of my friends, a lot of people out here seem to call it like Gotcha Day. 1 year ago today is when we went to the shelter and adopted Skip, our kitten. So we had let Connor know that we had talked to Santa and that Santa wanted to get him a kitten for Christmas, but he wanted Connor to get to be a part of picking out his perfect kitten. And so we went to the shelter, and by the time it was our turn, they only had one kitten left. Now we went into this and Connor had his heart set on a black kitten. He had said, I want to adopt a black kitten. And we had tried to, of course, front load him and say, we don't know, like we don't always know, we might not be able to get a kitten today. We might have to come back another day. But the one cat that they had the little kitten that they had left was a black cat, and just immediately bonded with Connor, and we adopted him and brought him home, and the rest is history. He has been the most perfect cat that we ever could have asked for. We had, again, tried to front load Connor and say, like, sometimes, we don't know what a cat's personality is going to be like. They might not want to, like, always play with you or be held, those kinds of things. We tried to give the little bit of gentle reality checks and stuff. But apparently that was completely unnecessary because Skip has basically been exactly what Connor has imagined that a kitten is supposed to, and a cat is supposed to be. Connor is his favorite. He says goodnight to Connor basically every night. He comes in and while we're doing bedtime routine, and he regularly wants to just sit on Connor's lap. He doesn't do that with any of the rest of us nearly as much. Whenever Connor gets home from school, Skip will like come out from wherever he's napping and greet Connor. Like, it's just, I'm like, Connor just manifested the cat that he, like, as he envisioned cats to be. And I'm like, this is not how this usually works. But yeah, no, we really got incredibly lucky with Skip and some of it I'm sure is just partly like how he was, raised, like from kittenhood. He was Connor's cat. So, that's, I'm sure, part of it, but no, the personality is for sure there as well. yeah, happy gotcha day to Skip. And Connor was like, can we sing happy gotcha day to Skip tomorrow? Like to the tune of happy birthday. I was like, sure, buddy. Of course we can. Can we get Skip some birthday or some Christmas gifts? Of course. We'll say it to bring Skip some Christmas gifts. Sure. Yeah, buddy. I bet he will. So yeah, that's fun. As far as what I am reading and watching and listening to, my reading has been still a little bit sparse. I saw someone put up a post though in one of my local, like community, like a city group that I'm a part of that's nearby. And it was the gal that was saying, she's like, hey, I just want to see if anyone was interested in joining in on a book club I'm thinking of starting. She's like, my favorite authors are like Sarah J. Maas and Rebecca Yarros, and named a couple other authors. And I just left a comment and I said, hi, I'm about to start Iron Flame and I'm counting down the days to Crescent City 3. So I am interested. I don't know if it's really actually going to work out, but I thought I'll just go ahead and reach out to her anyway, or, comment on the post anyway. So I don't know if anything will come of that, but maybe that would nudge my dormant reading bug along. As far as what I've been watching, Adam and I finally watched the first of the Doctor Who Christmas specials. We watched the first one of those this past week, and we're not caught up, honestly, on the show, which makes me a little sad because Doctor Who was one of my very favorite shows for a while. And then we just kind of fell off of it sometime, around after like Christopher Eccleston took over, which is a shame. Like, I don't think it was his fault. I just wasn't really gelling with like the new showrunner at the time. But like Russell T Davies is back. And so I'm curious to see how it goes. But so Adam and I picked up and just watched the Christmas special with no context of what's been going on for the past 2 Doctors, but we loved it because David Tennant and Catherine Tate are back as the 10th, with like the face of the 10th Doctor, and Donna Noble, and it was like it was just like, oh, this just feels perfect. This feels like just right. So we really enjoyed that. We still need to watch the other 2. But that was fun, and it kind of makes me go, do I want to try to go back and watch like the rest of the Peter Capaldi seasons and then like the Jodie Whittaker Doctor era? I don't know, maybe. And so, and then you guys, most important news, I should have led the WIP and Chat with this. Did you guys see the announcement this past week that Good Omens is officially getting a season 3? And my heart is still left shattered in pieces after the end of the last episode of season 2. I will never recover. I have read so many fix, an archive of our own. But like, okay, I am delighted to hear that we are officially getting a Good Omens season 3. Now, I'm guessing like it's got to be a couple of years out because they've announced it, but like I'm sure like they need to write scripts, they need to do all of like the pre-production, then the actual production, and I don't know if like Michael Sheen and David Tennant have schedules to work around, so I know it may be a while, but I am so happy that it is official. It's officially official, and one of my favorite shows did get picked up for season 3. I think they're saying that's going to be the final season as well, which makes sense kind of with how the arc has been going. And as far as listening goes, nothing really new. I've been listening a little bit to, was kind of watching, kind of listening to such a Taylor Swift nerd. Her Reputation concert tour that's a movie that's on Netflix because it's leaving Netflix on December 30th. So I'm like, well, let me go ahead and like watch some of that until it's because it's going to be gone soon and I won't be able to. But yeah, so as far as what's coming up this week, you guys, I'm going to try to maybe get up that Black Friday, Cyber Monday haul. I may have 1 or 2 other seasonal type videos that I may try to get up for you guys as well. Diamond Art Club sneak peeks continue to be really delayed, unfortunately. I think it's just on the shipping end as far as even just when these kits are hitting the warehouse and stuff is just like not getting there as quickly. I'm not totally sure, or if they're still just in recovery mode from Black Friday and Cyber Monday, but basically I'm getting kits in on time to do a first look for them 1 week late. So I just, it is what it is. It's the holidays. It's fine. But it's like, yeah, hypothetically I have one for this week, but I don't don't know if it's when it's going to get here. I'm still waiting on last week's. I don't think last week's is even shipped yet. So what can you do? Is what it is. I'm not worried. It'll come when it comes. I have plenty of other videos to get to, you guys. And then maybe a post review on Dragon Spirit. I might want to do that too. And then I don't know, you guys, if I'm going to have a WIP and Chat for you a week from today, because that's going to be, is that actual Christmas Day? Yeah. Instead though, I don't think I'll have a WIP and Chat up on that day, but I hope that you will join me, for the Christmas premieres, which are happening again this year. Thank you so much. Crafts with Crashly is, I think, the main person that's organizing it. I think there might be some other people that are kind of helping, but she's kind of heading it up this year and has been doing a ton of work to make sure that everything gets taken care of for that. And so what it is there is a schedule of a ton of different creators doing premiere videos, which they function, they're like a combination of a live and a pre-recorded video, your standard pre-recorded video. So what it is the video itself is pre-recorded, but it goes live and airs live at a designated time. So it's as if I film this WIP and Chat, and then I'm scheduling it to go up at 5 p.m. on Monday. And so it's going to start at 5 p.m. on Monday. It's not like you can skip ahead. It's now we're watching it together, and there's a live chat that's going at the same time that it is actually airing live. And so it's weird to explain. But then after the premiere ends, then the video is available to just watch as if you're watching, any other video or live stream replay. But they're having this run for all of Christmas Eve and Christmas Day and Boxing Day, the day after Christmas. And the idea is that, for some people, you're spending the holidays alone. Frankly, Christmas Day, I'm going to be with Adam and the kids, but I'm going to be kind of sad because I'm not seeing my family this holiday season. And so at any given time over these 3 days, I can tune in and someone's premiere is going to be going, and there will be a live chat where I can go in and talk with other people. And so there will be a playlist that goes up for that. You probably have seen some creators the scheduled thumbnail showing up in your subscription feed. Hopefully mine will go up soon. I finish filming and post that. But my time slot is on Christmas Day. I think is it 5 p.m. Central? I will double check. You'll see the scheduled thing go up. And then I know that the schedule is floating around as well. And maybe I'll try to post that on my community tab or in the Diamonds and Emeralds Facebook group. But yeah, so I hope that you'll join us if you'd like to. And then maybe I'll have another WIP and Chat just go up on an off day sometime in between Christmas and New Year's. So anyway, you guys, I had to break this up into a couple of clips at one point because I started crying too hard. I needed to collect myself. So we may be over the hour mark. I think we might be, but thank you so much for joining me today. If you made it all the way to the end, how about an emoji of some kind of hot beverage? I think there's a coffee and a tea emoji. We'll go with one of those for a cute little snowman latte. I'll tell you that I think the putty I didn't have any issues with. The wax, it was very sticky, and I need to test this out in one of my regular tips because I don't know if the stickiness problem I was having with the drills coming off the tip and staying on the glue, if that is either the glue itself or the roundness of the tip or the stickiness of the wax. So I need to eliminate some of those factors and keep testing it out. But I enjoyed everything I used today. I don't know that that this tip is for me, but I know some people do like the idea of kind of an all-in-one style tip and kind of these screw-in tips as well. It kind of takes out the guesswork as far as, some people have trouble getting their multi-placers to fit in their pens or, whatever. So anyway, I will link to everything that I can find below, but thank you again for spending some time with me today. I hope that you have a day and a week and a holiday season that is as wonderful and amazing as you are, and I will chat with you in the next one. Bye.